I've come up to the leafy neighborhood of Gávea in this amazing setting in the mountains of Rio to meet two Brazilian budding chefs, Eric Naco and Cristiano Lana, and they have a recipe for us which takes a traditional dish and gives it a very modern Brazilian twist. So Eric, what are we calling this thing?
So we're gonna do today ceviche style moqueca.
A ceviche style moqueca?
Yeah.
Excellent.
A ceviche is basically a marinated fish in lemon juice.
And a moqueca is a traditional fish stew from Brazil, and it uses the bell peppers, the chilies, and to give it a true Brazilian taste, it has loads of coconut milk and it's at the end laced with some palm oil. Where do we start?
So, first we're gonna chop everything.
Paper thin.
Yeah.
You might be a professional chef, but I cook every night. Remove the seeds and the white bits from the bell peppers and chop them into tiny cubes.
Yep.
Why do we need to chop the stuff so finely?
I think we want that the surface of the ingredients get all in contact with the marinade.
So because it's not actually cooked in the fire, the more surface there is, the more the acid can work on it.
Yeah. Now usually the moqueca uses big tomatoes, the cherry tomatoes much sweeter, so we're gonna use these ones. Just cut them in quarters.
And in another break with tradition, we'll be using red instead of the usual white onions, as they're milder and sweeter.
To add it all up, I must have spent at least 3 years just peeling onions in my life.
Not to mention another 3 years chopping and crying my eyes out.
We're gonna just squeeze the lemons.
These are called limes in England.
Oh, the limes. So if you're in a very modern kitchen, you get a juicer.
That's for wimps. Strong hands.
I'm scared of it. The good thing about the coriander is that you can use it whole, You can use even the roots.
You don't need to chop things too finely, but do chop it quite fine so that when you're eating it, you don't bite into a big piece and overpower the taste of the fish, because the fish is the thing.
She's the star.
The star.
We're using here a robalo, which is a fish that I don't think you have in England.
We're using it because it has a quite consistent flesh.
Yeah.
So a turbot or a sea bream or a sea bass would be nice.
And when you arrived here, you told me that you had a very, very special technique of skinning the fish. Is that it?
I'm sure you know it. Just little nick here in the tail. Get in there, then hold the skin, and you're basically pulling the fish more than pushing the knife.
Oh yeah.
Voila. Skin fish. Let's see yours.
I'm not very good at it. I don't love fish. That's it.
Hey. Look at that.
Look at that. We're gonna just take this strap off, then cut it into cubes.
Cubes. Alright. The most important thing about this dish is you have to have really fresh fish, because we're not really going to put it in the fire and cook it. So you want to get it dead fresh so you can eat it fresh.
So now we have everything. We have all the garnish, we have the fish, the lime juice, the coconut milk, then the oil, some salt, and pepper.
So after a little tidy up, it's time to put it all together.
Basically, you have the fish, you're gonna add the amount of garnish that you want here.
And what amount do I want?
When it comes, you will know.
By eye. It's a very Brazilian recipe.
Yeah, so just take your handful there.
Alright.
I think you can do more.
Alright.
Make sure that you get, everything together. I think it's okay. So now, the lime juice. Lime juice. The lime juice. Just pour it on. Now,
time for the coconut
Brazilian,
milk.
the Brazilian,
The Brazilian twist.
Salt.
The pepper.
This pepper has a totally different taste and function in the dishes. You don't substitute the fresh pepper
for the black pepper.
Do a nice stir, and we're gonna let it rest for about 5-10 minutes, just so the outside of the fish looks whitish.
That's it. No, it's all nicely done. This is it. Finished, right?
Just as simple as that.
So what do we do now?
I think I have some beers here.
Okay.
And while the fish was cooking in the chili and lime juices, we were doing some marinating of our own. I asked Eric how he manages to keep fit while being around such great food all the time, and he was kind enough to show me some of his exercise routine.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast.
And only one beer later...
You know, I had 3, but I drink fast.
You drink fast.
Spoon the fish and the garnish into a martini glass and sprinkle some of the fresh garnish on top. Top up the glass with more of the marinade juice and drizzle some dende oil on top.
Right. How pretty does this look? Look at that.
So,
This is perfect. This is
good.
absolutely perfect. I actually prefer this now to a cooked moqueca.
Now run the rest of the garnish through a sieve and add a generous dose of cachaça to the remaining juice to make this great cocktail called Tiger's Milk.
Very good.
If you serve this to a girl, she pulls out the chili, bites the chili, drinks the tiger's eye, you're in for a good night.
No, I go running, man. I run off because I don't think I'm able to handle.
Eric, thanks very much, mate. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. It's always good to see you.
See you back in England.